everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to start off with a cooking video. If you haven't already, subscribe, like this video, and share if you think it'll help someone else. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with seasoning some ground turkey, getting that all seasoned up with garlic pepper, black pepper, cayenne pepper, some Cajun type pepper, and I don't even know the name of this other one. Next, we'll go ahead and cut up some bell peppers. You can cut bell peppers any way you like. I'm just cutting them up based off how I want them to be for this meal. So, and sometimes I cut them big, but this time I'm going to kind of dice them up a little bit and cut them small. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut up me some onions. Again, you can cut your onions the way you want to cut them. But for my meal, I am going to dice them a little bit small, but not too small. A little elongated for this meal. For me, actually, it really didn't even matter how they were cut for this meal. But I just cut them that way. That's like my normal way to cut them. Next, I'm going to get some tomatoes and cut those up. These are some Roma tomatoes. I think I use these just because these are the ones that I had in my house. But again, there's different versions of tomatoes that you can use. So I'm just going to use these. And again, I'm just cutting, nothing specific. But you feel free, you can cut the same way I cut. But cut how you want to cut. Alright, I'm going to go back over here and check on the ground turkey just to make sure it's doing good and, not drying out. This is not ground beef, so it definitely can dry out a little bit faster. Yeah, don't eat ground beef anymore, actually. I'm just going to take a little bit out and I'm going to set this aside because I also food prep for my little guy. So this is going to be for one of his meals for the week. Next, I'm going to add in some seasoning for the tacos. I'm doing the ground turkey bowl, so I make this. I still season it with the taco because I just love the taco taste. Again, you can season this with different things, and you can also, if you're amazing at cooking, you can go ahead and season this, the way you want it to season. If you know how to make homemade taco mix, go right ahead, do it. Send me the recipe. Gonna add a little bit more water, just get it the right consistency that I want. So next I'm gonna go over here. I got the turkey bacon out of the oven. I like to go with the low sodium turkey bacon just because too much sodium can actually be bad for you. I try to monitor my sodium levels on a daily basis. I use MyFitnessPal to kind of track my sodium and what I'm eating. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these up into tiny little pieces. Just because these are going to go inside of my breakfast omelet. Actually it's going to be my breakfast quesadilla. So it's going to go inside that. So I just want to get it, small. It doesn't have to be super small. Turkey bacon can kind of be a little bit difficult to cut through, or easy. It's probably just my knife. I need to sharpen my knives. I haven't sharpened them in a long time. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and butter up the tortillas that I'm gonna be using for the quesadilla for breakfast. Just adding a little bit of butter. This is actually plant-based butter, so it's not even actual butter. It's more of like a mixture of like avocado oils and different things like that. But I like it. It's a healthy alternative. Now I'm just going over to focus on my shrimp, and I'm going to get that out of the pot. I cooked that a little bit off camera, so this is just what it looks like done, well seasoned and just delicious. All right, so I turned the heat up on the stove. It's at the maximum, so I'm just gonna do that so I can get the onions and bell peppers, get them a little darker, and cook them through before I add them to my breakfast quesadilla. Again, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. Some people like to eat their vegetables a little bit raw. For me, I just want to kind of cook them through a little bit and add a little bit of pepper and garlic pepper to them. To mix these up, I am using coconut oil. It's one of those things too that I have to kind of track that I'm using, just because coconut oil can sometimes shoot you over your fat goals or fat macronutrient goals. So if you do use coconut oil, try to track how much you use when you cooked your meals, because that does show up in your daily calorie intake. So now I'm just going to add some eggs. Again, you can always cook this separately. You don't have to cook the eggs with the onions and bell peppers. You can cook them separately. But for me, I'm just like, well, I'm just going to throw these all in here and cook them up. So I'm just throwing in some eggs. And then, of course, after I throw the eggs in, I will probably just season a little bit the eggs with a little bit more pepper and salt and some garlic pepper. I do like to use the Himalayan pink salt. I'm not really a big fan of regular salt. I just use pink salt when I do use salt. And honestly, I don't even use salt to really season my food as much anymore. I'm going for a little bit of a scramble effect for this meal, so I'm gonna scramble up these eggs. That way they can fit a little bit better inside my quesadilla. All right, moving on to the tortilla. So I'm just gonna butter up both sides, add in my ingredients. So first we're gonna add the eggs and the bell pepper and the onions and get that nicely situated throughout the tortilla. I'm just gonna do it on one side. Again, if you want a bigger tortilla or make 2 in 1, you could just spread it out amongst the whole entire tortilla that way as well. But I'm just gonna fold mine, so I'm doing it this way. I'm also gonna add in the bacon, turkey bacon that I cooked earlier. Add in some of the tomatoes as well. No, I didn't fry the tomatoes just because I like those fresh. And I'm gonna add in a little bit of cheese as well. You don't have to add the cheese. You can skip the cheese, but I am a big fan of cheese. I mean, What's a quesadilla without cheese? All right, so I'm just gonna flip that over and kind of push the sides down just so things won't fall out too much. Even though there's things that might fall out, we can't help that. Unless you're one of those chefs and you really know how to do it, then please teach me. I need some tricks because my stuff is always falling out. All right, just flipping it to the other side. I like the little crispy look there. Awesome. Now I just kind of moved on, and I'm gonna do this for the next 4 quesadillas because I'm prepping for 5 days total. So here are my final breakfast quesadillas, my final 5, and so I'm just gonna cut them in half. That way they can fit inside of my bowl a little bit better. Oh, those look so good. They taste so good. I tell you, I probably should have made an extra one while I was cooking this video because sometimes when you're meal prepping, you just want the food. Like, I definitely believe my meal prepping days, I go over on my calories and over on all over everything. Like, it's my cheat day, I feel like, because I'm just eating everything that I'm cooking. All right, so I am just zeroing out the scale and getting ready to add in my foods. So I'm going to add in some spinach for one of my meals. I just kind of just eyeball this one because I kind of know what a cup or 2 cups of, or even a cup and a half of spinach looks like. And then I'm going to add in some flaxseed as well to that. Add in some almonds as well. Typically, I would add in my flax seeds to like my shakes and stuff, but I'm like, I'm just put it on my salad. Here I'm just adding in some blueberries. And then I'm gonna add in my shrimp. I'm gonna take off the little taily part just because it's kind of annoying when you want to eat your salad and you got tails all on your shrimp. You can also do this process before you cook them, just so you don't be like me and taking off the seasoning too. Again, this is measured out. Even though it's not on the scale, it does say like on the package how many shrimp and how many amounts of shrimp equals a certain amount of grams or ounces. So I just do it that way. All right, so now I just am adding in my quesadilla and some fruit for my morning meal. Simple as that. You can use any fruit too for those things. All right, for my taco bowl, I'm going to be using quinoa and brown rice. You can get this at almost any store. You can get it at a Target. You can get it at a Walmart. It's somewhere there, okay? So I am just scooping this out with my measuring cup just because for me it's important to track my grains and rice, just because it's so easy for me to go over on those. I'm gonna add in some black beans as well, measuring that out as well. Again, you measure based off of your goals. You might be someone who needs to eat more than me. Maybe you're bulking, or maybe you're just bigger than me, or maybe you're just trying to gain weight. Whatever this case may be, that would be for you. And if maybe you're trying to lose weight or maybe cut, then you would probably eat less than me. Okay, so don't follow my measurements accurately. And there we have it. Sometimes I will add a lemon the day of to my taco bowls. But yes, there we go, guys. This is my meal prep for this week. I love it. So this is my 3 main meals, and then I will have 2 other meals in between that consist of different things like protein and shakes and yogurt and different things like that to kind of help me get all of my macronutrients. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. If you need any help meal prepping, please feel free to DM me. Take care. Bye.